Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to the CanUK podcast, the podcast done by fans for fans of everything nerdy. I'm your host, Lord X, and I welcome you to the program this week. Joining me this week, first, from the very cold Alberta, making his return back to the podcast, it's Big Boss.
Hello, everybody.
And also joining us this week, we will be admitting him into AAA very soon, Amiibo Addiction Anonymous. It's Israel Pacheco.
Woo, more amiibos. Give me all of them.
So how are you guys doing this week?
Pretty good.
Yeah, same.
Good. Well, folks, we have a massive show this week because right after myself and ECW James recorded last week, Nintendo had a Nintendo Direct, and oh boy, the news that came out of that. A lot of good stuff. As well, we've got a whole bunch of other news stories to go over, and then our been playing, watching, and reading section, so let's kick things off right away with the Nintendo Direct Roundup. Now, the very first thing that got announced here was a brand new Fire Emblem game for the 3DS.
Cool.
long dramatic pause. Yeah, it does look pretty cool, though. I haven't gotten into the Fire Emblem series yet. I almost did with Awakening on the 3DS. Mm-hmm. But they didn't have any feet. Which is something really stupid to pick on, but I don't know, it just looked weird to me. But this one, it's rumored to be coming out this year, so I think I'm going to jump on the Fire Emblem wagon or train or whatever metaphor you want to use sometime this year.
Are there rumors about them having feet, though?
There are feet.
Okay.
It's confirmed, 100% confirmed, exclusive here on the CanUK podcast. They have feet.
CanUK podcast title, Feet Are Confirmed.
Yep, that's the title.
I am making a note of that.
Posting that on Twitter.
Yeah, it's looking good. I'm surprised they're still going with the old retro style for the map, though.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, that's cool. That's, I guess, their history. They want to stick with it. Other than that, the game does look pretty great, and more Fire Emblem's always a good thing.
I would like to see like a full-fledged version of Fire Emblem, though, like how the cutscenes look, because that's something that's really impressive, like the cutscene and the art direction.
Yeah.
If there was a whole game that actually looked like that when you were in combat, maybe on the Wii U, which is probably not going to happen with how the TDU's doing right now.
Well, like a lot of people when that trailer started up, I thought it was the Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem game.
They haven't spoken about that game at all since it was announced, which is not a good sign.
Nope, no it is not. Maybe the team is just focusing on Persona 5 at the moment, and after that they'll get back to it.
Maybe.
Alright. Well, after that, we got confirmation that Puzzle and Dragon Z is coming to North America this year, and it's going to include a special second game, Super Mario Brothers Edition. Looks pretty cool, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like a match 3 puzzle game, right?
Yeah,
isn't it?
It's like Bedazzled meets an RPG.
Okay. Yeah, it's not for me.
I got momentarily excited when I saw Dragon and Z in the notes, and I'm like, oh, sweet, Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z cross Mario.
With puzzles.
Hot the Dragon Ball Z.
Not
be
quite.
like Dr. Mario with Dragon Ball characters.
That'd be cool. I'd play that. But this game, I know it's really popular in Japan, so they're probably trying to expand to other territories and see how it does. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think this would serve better on mobile devices than on a 3DS, but we'll see how it does.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Pokemon Pokemon Shuffle is coming to the eShop as well. A quote-unquote free-to-play game, which Yeah, you can play for a while, but then you have to pay money if you want to continue during that day.
I wish like all these free-to-play games, if like you have to pay something at a certain point, they just get like Shane McMahon's music. And here comes the money. Whenever you press on it, here comes the money.
I would start playing free to play games just for that. But it probably make you buy that too.
Who knows, maybe you'll get it with the WWE Immortals game that's coming out.
Yeah, that looks. That's a whole different conversation.
Yep. Alright, well, continuing. Next up, they confirmed that Wii titles are coming to the Wii U. Basically solving the backwards compatibility for those of us who didn't own a Wii. The games that are...
Lord X.
Even I had a Wii. Think about that.
Yeah. The games coming out are Mario Galaxy 2, which is available right now and is 50% off. They're all going to be 50% off in their first week. Coming out on January 22nd is Punch-Out, followed by the Metroid Prime Trilogy on January 29th.
Cool.
Yeah, out of those, that's fucking awesome that they got the Metroid Prime Trilogy releasing with that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was surprised out of all of them. That really surprised me.
I'm curious, though, how much the Prime Trilogy is going to be, though. Mario Galaxy ended up being very nice at $10.99.
Is that with the discount?
That's with the discount, yeah, 50% off.
So $22 normally.
Yeah.
I think over here it's $10, so it's $9.99.
Oh.
Canada tax.
Can you yeah, I didn't catch what the price was.
It was $9.99.
Oh, wow. That sounds vaguely familiar.
I know. Here comes the money.
Oh boy. Alright, next they said that Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, a little bit of news about that. The Amiibo integration with it. Used the Kirby one to increase his speed, wasn't it? Then you have the Meta Knight one and the King DDD one.
As a special attacks, pretty much.
Yeah, once per day, and they gave the release date for that too, which is February
20th.
February 20th, right?
Yeah.
Same day as the Order, 1886.
Cool.
What I found strange is that they still haven't confirmed whether this is $40 or $60. Because I know when they first announced it, they were acting like it was a budget title, sort of like Captain Toad.
Yeah.
And I know some retailers were taking pre-orders at the time for $40. But now when I look it up online, they're all $60. So I don't know if it's going to be full $60 or...
On Amazon.ca right now it's listed as $44.99, so it could be that $40 price point.
Okay. We'll see. Yeah.
Which makes sense for that.
Yeah, that's what it makes sense, because this is, the successor to the DS game, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
So I'm interested in this one, and I'm not like a big Kirby fan, but this one looks pretty cool. I like the art style.
All right, then next up, something that Izzy is really excited for. We got the Series 4 Amiibo announcement, which will include Robin, Lucinia, Pac-Man, Wario, Ness, and Charizard.
Damn it. Now Nintendo's the one singing "Here Comes the Money" from me now. Here comes Izzy's money.
So yeah, an interesting batch for the newest one. Which ones out of these guys are you most interested in? Like, if you had to... if you weren't addicted and you were only going to get a couple, which ones would it be?
Probably Ness and Charizard for me.
I'd get Charizard.
Good choice. Yeah, Charizard would be there for me as well. Also, Pac-Man and Ness will be definites for me. And of course, the Amiibo train did not stop with that, because Nintendo also announced a Super Mario lineup of Amiibos, with Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Bowser, and Toad getting their own Amiibos, which those will also work and be released with the launch of Mario Party 10.
Cool.
Which looks pretty cool.
I'm still kind of annoyed that they're still going with the whole everybody on the one thing moving around the map.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, go back to the old style again.
Yeah, I never really got into the Mario Party games before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess if you grew up on the 64, like, you were big on the Mario Party games. But I did have a 64, but for whatever reason, I just never got into Mario Party.
Mm-hmm.
I played it, like, at my cousin's house because they had all of them, but and it was fun. It's just something I never purchased myself. But since I'm, like, addicted to the Wii U now, I have to buy this. So so I'll be picking that one up, and all these damn amiibos.
I do like the Amiibo integration with that, though.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool. I'll admit that. The maps could have been better, than just a square for every single one of them.
Yeah.
Alright, well, after that... Oh, and the game is launching March 20th. After that, we got a little bit of info about how the Toad Amiibo is going to work with Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. A little hide-and-seek game. It's something.
Yeah, I thought that was really lackluster. I was like, you got to find this random spot on the map. I don't know. I wish they would come up with something cooler than that.
Mm-hmm. Then we got a little bit more info on Splatoon. It's going to be releasing sometime in May. Probably going head-to-head with The Witcher 3. That would be funny.
It actually looks pretty good. The more I see of it, the more intrigued. I know they show that, like, what is it, like I wouldn't say the overworld, but like the
map, Miiverse?
Yeah. Yeah, the town or whatever, the city that you're at, that you interact with other people and get into games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The Citadel from Mass Effect. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm definitely going to be checking this one out. I hope it has a pretty cool single player. I know it's multiplayer focused, but...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, knowing Nintendo, I'm sure they'll put in a pretty good single player.
Mm-hmm. And it's a new IP too, and everybody's been on Nintendo's ass, including us, about creating new IP, so it's cool that they're trying something new.
Yep. Alright, moving forwards, we have new characters coming to Hyrule Warriors. We have young Link, and the character that everybody's been wanting to play, Tingle.
Yes!
Yep. I'm probably going to buy this DLC pack just to play as Tingle. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the hell you were thinking with that.
What I found weird was that this is the Majora's Mask DLC pack, and it brings Tingle. Like, yeah. That doesn't make sense, because he's from Wind Waker. I can understand the young Link, sure, and maybe if it brought Skull Kid, that would make sense, but Tingle? Like, I don't know.
They want to put the fear of God into you.
Yeah, they won't. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. Let's keep it moving.
Alright, well, next we got a new trailer for Xenoblade Chronicles X, and holy fuck, that game is looking good.
It looks really good.
It looks massive.
I hope it comes out this year, and they give us a damn firm release date, like, around their E3 Direct. Because they've been like, oh yeah, coming soon, 2020.
They have said through Twitter, I think the developers from it, that they have started localization on it, so...
Okay, that's good to hear.
So, yeah, it's looking pretty good, and yeah, like that trailer, it just showed how massive and open the game is, and the world looks great, looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It looks really nice. I hope they don't put it up against Zelda though, because that'll be like, I think that kind of kills
If
the
Zelda gets out
momentum.
this year.
Yeah, because they're both, open world games. I don't want them to, shoot each other in the foot. Or
No.
shoot, Xenoblade would shoot itself in the foot because Zelda's a bigger franchise.
Yeah. I would say we'll get one probably around October, maybe, and the other one in December.
Yeah,
And
that would be,
if not, one of them is getting delayed until next year.
yeah.
Alright, so up next, they announced their very first cross-buy title, Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
Finally.
So yeah, the newest Mario vs. Donkey Kong, you buy it on the 3DS, you'll get a code for the Wii U, and vice versa. So that's pretty awesome. Even though I personally have no interest whatsoever in the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games.
I enjoyed the first one on Game Boy Advance because I thought it was cool that they were doing like a throwback to like Donkey Kong on the Game Boy, which was very similar. But then they kind of killed the novelty by releasing one every damn year.
Yeah.
Because it was like special at that moment. You're like, oh, we haven't seen this in a while, like over a decade, and then they started releasing them like every year, or every other year, and it kind of killed it for me.
Agreed. You ever play any of them, Big Boss?
I have not, actually.
Okay, moving on then.
I'm excited.
Alright, up next we got a little teaser of Project Treasure, which is going to be a 4-player co-op online action free-to-play game.
Oh, okay.
From the clips, it looked interesting.
It looked like Tekken, but it is a producer of Tekken, so I'm seeing like like that mode that Tekken 6 had, which was I forgot what it was called, but it was basically just to beat 'em up.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Alright, after that we got a rundown of a whole bunch of games coming to the eShop, those being Elliot Quest, which looks a lot like Kid Icarus to me, Bleak, Citizens of Earth, which has a really Earthbound type feel to it, and that's out today actually on PS4 and PS3. PS4, PlayStation Vita, and PC on the Wii U and 3DS at some point this week. Gunman Clive 2, Moon Chronicles Episodes 2, 3, and 4, a whole bunch of Sega 3D classics, Afterburner 2, Outrun, Thunderglade, and Fantasy Zone 1 and 2, Etrian Mystery Dungeon, and Story of Seasons. Oh, and Fossil Fighters Frontier. So, lots of games coming to the eShop. Some of them look really interesting, too.
I'm still on the Sega 3D classics. All that reminds me of the Shenmue. When you go into the arcade and you play all these old classic games. Anyway, just went on a tangent.
Yeah. Alright, so after that, we got the big news that the new 3DS is going to be releasing on February 13th.
Ah.
And surprisingly with that, it's the new 3DS XL. North America isn't getting the normal new 3DS. So, no faceplates for North America.
That's fine with me because I wasn't going to pick up a regular one. But I know there's people who are disappointed that they didn't get the option to pick up the smaller ones. And the faceplates were actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they had the colored buttons, if I'm not mistaken, like the Super Famicom. So it looked different than the XL. So it is disappointing, I guess, to some people. Not myself, because I was going to get an XL regardless.
Yep, same here. I'm just waiting for a special edition to catch my eye. After that announcement, we got a little bit of info about Codename Steam. You can unlock Fire Emblem characters via Fire Emblem Amiibos. which is funny because they actually had to go out and say that they're bringing a second wave of mirth to North America.
Which is funny because that was the rarest one out of Wave 1.
Yeah.
So all those people who spent like $100 on them must feel like suckers now.
And they gave the release date, I think, for that as well. I forgot to write it down, but it's March.
I think it's April?
No, it's March.
Oh, it is? Okay,
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
It's in the clusterfuck that is March. But that game itself is looking pretty cool, and the addition of the Fire Emblem characters, I think that's a great use of the amiibos.
Yeah, we should get more like that in other games pretty much. More than looking for hide and seek, random, whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah, it's releasing on March 13th.
Okay.
Alright, so after that we got new info on the new Aced Combat game coming to the new 3DS, where you can use amiibos to customize ships, which look pretty cool. After that, we got more info on Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. It's going to have a April release in Japan. No absolute confirmed release date for North America. I learned after the fact. So hopefully we get that sooner rather than later. If not, hopefully they bring it to the Wii U eShop as another classic.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that, especially now that they're bringing it to the 3DS.
It's Nintendo.
The new.
It's Nintendo. They like re-releasing
the new
shit.
3DS, as it isn't confusing enough.
Yeah, and that's the first game that will actually require the new 3DS as well. So, yeah. Then they announced Ironfall Invasion, which is a third-person shooter, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was. It actually looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's an eShop game, wasn't it? Like a free-to-play eShop game?
I think so, yeah.
I'll try.
And then finally, they announced 2 special edition 3DSs. Monster Hunter 4 will be releasing on February 13th, and there's a new 3DS specifically for that. And the big one that they ended off on, a Majora's Mask new 3DS.
I got a story about this.
Which is also releasing on February 13th. Okay, story time. Go for it.
Okay, story time. So after the Nintendo Direct, I found out that they were doing the special edition Majora's Mask. So I went online, saw that GameStop had sold out on their website, but they were doing web-to-store pre-orders in store, which means you go in there and the website sends it to your home, but you have to pay up front like all the money. So it isn't like a normal pre-order that you would do in store. So I went there and I got online waiting to pre-order this, the Majora's Mask one specifically, and I got up to the register. The lady there helps me out and asks me what I want, and I'm like, okay, let me get the Majora's Mask 3DS XL new model. And the guy behind me in line, who I had seen walked in, I had a feeling he was looking for the same thing. And he was already like twitchy, like he was really anxious. And then once I said Majora's Mask, he yelled out, he's like, oh no, Majora's Mask! I hope they don't sell out. I've never seen something sell out so quick. Oh. And he was like all like frustrated and stuff. I'm like, me and the girl looking at him like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? So yeah, she goes through my order. It gets processed. The paper prints out, meaning the order went through. And then as he gets up to the register, he whips out his ID and his credit card, slams it on the desk, and yells, Majora's Mask, go before they sell out, to the GameStop employee. And then and he was just like flipping out. It was so funny. Like I couldn't believe how this guy was acting. He was acting like he was 5 years old. It was so funny. He's yelling Majora's Mask. Jesus. But yeah, that made my day when that happened. But I was able to get one of these, which unfortunately a lot of people weren't. They did get pre-orders up on Best Buy, and they sold out almost immediately. Amazon hasn't given pre-orders for this version, so I don't know if they will eventually. but they're going for like $400 on eBay right now. It's ridiculous. And I saw there was over like 500 listings. So that's 500 people who put a pre-order just so they could flip it, which is really disappointing. And I think not only with this, but Nintendo has to, deal with this with the amiibos. Like, I don't understand why can't they, go to the hardest of the hardcore fans, which are the ones who have like the Club Nintendo accounts, which that's going away coming later this year, and give them the option. Okay, you have a Club Nintendo account. You've been a loyal customer. You've accumulated all these points over the years. Here's the ability to buy this new Majora's Mask model. Why they didn't do that is beyond me. Which I know a lot of people. There still would be people who would flip it, but at least more people who are really interested in this could have had a shot to get one.
Yeah, the whole thing with Nintendo games and collectibles right now and people flipping them, it's getting ridiculous.
It's really bad. The Majora's Mask, like the game itself, has a limited edition, which has the Skull Kid figure, and that's sold out. I found out about it like in the morning whenever they announced the news. I checked on Amazon, nothing was up. By the time I got out of work that day, it was already sold out on GameStop, Amazon, and I think Best Buy got it up the next day, and that sold out almost immediately also. So it's pretty crazy. I think you got one, didn't you get one?
Yep.
Because
they phoned me
they called you.
They phoned me and asked me if I wanted to upgrade it to the collector's edition.
I'm moving to Canada. Free healthcare, Majora's Mask collector's editions. What else can you ask for?
Alright, well that does it for the Nintendo news. Man. It's funny because last year this time we were complaining about Nintendo, wondering what the fuck they were doing, and now it's like, slow down a bit.
Yeah, I think I've just come to the point that Nintendo does whatever the hell they want to do, regardless of what you say. So I'm just going with the flow. Like, I'm just enjoying their products as they come out, instead of being like, oh, this could be better, that could be better. Sure, let me just enjoy it. And I've had a lot of good times playing Nintendo products this past year.
Ditto. Just a matter of time till Big Boss picks one up, right?
Exclusive Metal Gear for the Wii U.
Oh God, don't do I already got an Xbox just for Halo.
Alright, well, let's dive into the actual news, well, not actual, the other news stories from this past week. And Big Boss, why don't you kick us off with the first one?
Alright, and the first one is some PlayStation news, and that's that the Order 1886 has gone gold.
Woo!
And the pre-order bonuses are revealed.
Yay.
Sorry, I'm reading this. Pre-ordering the game unlocks the Knights Arsenal DLC, which allows players to equip Galahad with alternate uniforms and variant weapons after completing the game. The Red Lightning Pack offers a Red Knight uniform and arc rifle prototype, while the Arsonist Pack gives the Black Knight uniform with the Arsonist rifle. The other pre-order DLC pack that's been announced is the Knights Endurance Pack, which is exclusive to GameStop in North America and comes with a Desert Khaki Infiltration Field uniform. You can infiltrate as Steve Irwin. Endless MacLeod. Crikey. Endless Blackwater and Black Sight Regeneration. I want those khakis, I'll be honest.
And I'm trying to think of when I've actually used any of these pre-order exclusives or pre-order incentives from any retailers. I usually just get the game, get the receipt, download the whatever DLC it is, and then never use it.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yep.
I look, I'm like, oh, this has this stuff. I got to go pre-order this. And I go pre-order
it.
I
never use it.
And never touch it, exactly.
Yeah, at this point, I'm like, okay. That's fine. Pre-order incentives, whatever.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of one that I actually used, and I really can't.
But I'm looking forward to the game, though.
Yeah.
I do have that pre-order, not for the pre-order incentives, but because I'm interested in the game.
Hmm. Yeah, same here. Can't wait for it. And I think, too, at least with EB Games Canada, if you pre-order it, you get a poster as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Alright, so moving on to our next story. Izzy, why don't you take us away?
The next story is an announcement, and that is that Sid Meier's Starships is going to be coming to the PC, Mac, and iPad in early 2015 by Firaxis, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a team behind XCOM, right?
Yep, and the Civilization series.
So, yeah, Sid Meier is a pretty big brand in gaming. I guess it would be more PC gaming. Because they've had some console games, but, the Pirates and other different Sid Meier properties. But yeah, that's pretty cool that it's coming to PC, Mac, and iPad in early 2015.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Alright, next up on our list is a bit of news that was announced this morning on January 20th, and that's Borderlands The Handsome Collection is coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and this will include upscaled versions of Borderlands the pre-sequel and Borderlands 2, as well as a shit ton of DLC from both games.
Excellent.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yep.
There's a lot of Borderlands 2 DLC,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not aware of how much the pre-sequel got in terms of DLC, but I'm sure it's a lot also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not as much, but there's a nice little bit to it. Also with this, 2K is also creating 5,000 Borderlands The Handsome Collection Claptrap in a Box editions. These are very limited and will be available March 24th.
And will be available on eBay 1 minute after pre-orders sell out for $2,000.
Well, the retail price for this collector's edition is $399 in the US, and Canada it's going to be $439.
Ooh,
It's
that's
going
a
to
lot.
it's going to include a remote-controlled speaking claptrap, because everybody wants one of him in their household, and 12 lithographs showing the various characters from the two games.
Have they said how big the claptrap is going to be? Is it going to be like a life-size claptrap?
There is a video of it showing it like going around, and it looks like a fairly decent size.
Well, because one of my friends has an R2-D2 that's like almost a life-size thing.
Hmm.
Like it comes up to around knee height, and you can like put it on like autopilot mode, and it'll actually like drive around your house, and it can detect where walls are, so it won't run into walls.
That's pretty cool.
But it can't detect where stairs are, so watch out for that. But yeah, and it like beeps and does R2-D2 stuff, and it's like, so that's where I'm kind of wondering if this is going to be kind of like that.
It's
I
pretty
believe
cool.
they've said that you can control it with your Apple or Android device, so...
That's neat.
Though I don't know how much I would want something going around the house going, I'm dancing! I'm dancing!
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's cool that they're doing that for like hardcore fans of the series.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll just stick to the regular collection set with the two games. I've always wanted to get into Borderlands.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got into Borderlands 2 on the Vita, but then it just stopped working because it was a terrible port. Which is unfortunate because I was enjoying it until I got, I think, one of the first bosses and the game just, the frame rate went to shit.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I'm going to try it out on PS4.
I think one of the really cool features that they're adding into both games for this is 4-player split-screen local multiplayer.
Oh, neat.
That's pretty cool.
Oh.
So there's only 2-player before, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you can have all 4 people
Pretty
on
cool.
one couch.
What was the release date for this? March, right?
March 24th,
God
because
damn it.
nothing else is releasing in March.
Why do they release it this month? Like, there's nothing this
Or
month.
wait for April. There's nothing in April.
Yeah.
Uh,
Stupid game developers. Sounded like a dick there. No, it's not their fault. I'm sure it's the publishers who pick when to release it.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's move into our movie and TV news. And Big Boss, you've got a big one for us. A big rumor, anyway.
All right, I do love spreading rumors. And that's the first rumor is that Spider-Man is rumored to appear in Avengers Infinity War Part 1. Whoa.
Dance party!
I'm dancing.
Claptrap's already here.
Claptrap's getting ready. Not surprisingly, Sony has denied the validity of this report.
But Marvel and Disney have not.
Yeah.
And they subsequently got hacked by North Korea again. Yeah, I think this would be amazing if it's true. Because I've wanted to see Spider-Man come into the Disney properties for a while now. Even if I've enjoyed the films that Sony has done up to this point, except Spider-Man 3. But
that's my favorite Spider-Man. Okay, no word of a lie. I have a coworker who always says that, and I just don't even know if he's trolling me or not. That's how believable he is, and I'm like, I can't tell if you're just an idiot or the best troll.
Best troll ever.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways.
Yeah, this would be really, really cool.
Just pulled up the
When's the release date for this movie?
Infinity War Part 1?
Yeah, is it 2016?
2018.
Okay, then I could see this happening then. Because I thought we were closer to the release date.
So. Civil War is next year.
Okay, but isn't Spider-Man? They're switching the story, right?
Yeah, they are.
Spider-Man is like a big part of Civil War, but
yeah,
they're using Black Panther as like Spider-Man's replacement, basically.
Okay.
Just reading up here on the Latino Review that broke this rumor.
Man, this guy always getting the damn scoops.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's going on? Every time I hear this, like, Latino Review, like, what is this guy doing?
Alright, this is what they say here. Just spoilers ahead. Well, possible spoilers of what could be happening. Avengers Age of Ultron introduces a new group of Avengers led by Captain America. Still think Hulk's going to be in space. Captain America Civil War exposes that Bucky killed Howard Stark. Iron Man and Captain America fight. Tony is discouraged. Black Panther is introduced. Crossbones kills Steve Rogers at the end of the film, giving us a nice big cliffhanger from Marvel Studios' most profitable characters. Since I'm so vague on what happens to Iron Man, but I'm pretty sure he can't be fitting in and out of other Phase 3 movies, so let's just say he'll be in space. Doctor Strange hits, and they introduce the astral plane, and will lead a new Avengers in Cap's absence. Thor Ragnarok will kill a lot of Asgardians, resurrect some of them, and Thor will end up in some kind of prison. Let's just say galactic prison. So, Cap's dead, Thor's gone, and there are still Avengers. We take a break from the Earth's problems for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and then return for Black Panther. Black Panther is going to be introduced in a movie where the Winter Soldier's dirty laundry will be aired. Yada 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 yada. Natured Black Panther also allows Strange to pop up here if they want, but a new Avengers is being formed. Not the new Avengers from the comics, just some new Avengers. Which brings us to May 4th, 2018, Avengers Infinity War Part 1. Here is what I understand. Steve Rogers is not in the movie, he's dead. Thor is not in this movie, he is in prison. Spider-Man is in this movie, the Sony deal went through. I don't have exact details nor a paper trail, but I'm told we'll see a Marvel Cinematic Universe Spider-Man in Infinity Wars Part 1. Yada yada yada. It's saying like Infinity War Part 1 will be the first true test of our new Avengers team. Lineup pending, but the potentials are Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, Wasp, Captain Marvel, Luke Cage, Daredevil, Iron Fist, Power Woman / Jewel, any of the new Inhumans, any of the classic Inhumans, any of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and
Jesus.
any cosmic Marvel characters.
What is this, the fucking NWO and WCW? Like, they're just adding everybody to it.
And any cosmic hero that chooses to send to Earth. Oh, and Spider-Man. However, Infinity War Part 1 won't include any of the classic Phase 1 and 2 Avengers because they all return in Infinity Wars Part 2. Yup, even frickin' dead Steve Rogers. So, yeah, I can actually see that happening, though. That makes sense.
We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. We got, several years left till we see this movie, so.
Yep.
I guess we'll see how the next Avengers movie ends, and then that will signal whatever's happening with the Spider-Man. What if they have like an after credits scene and you see Peter Parker or something? I could see that happening.
Yeah. All right. Next news story, Izzy.
So Amazon Studio, your favorite online retailer, is stepping into the movie business, and that is they're creating Amazon Studios, which plans to release around 12 movies a year in the theaters, and then shortly after on Amazon Prime, which is their streaming service included in their Amazon service, Prime service, which includes shipping, music, movies, TV shows, etc., which is cool. This seems like the future of the movie industry and media in general. They're all going to this a la carte model with Netflix and Hulu and Amazon. And we saw what happened with the movie that was that leaked, or North Korea hacked, or whatever the hell was going on. The Seth Rogen movie that they put it on video on demand, and it did pretty good. So I think that's going to be the future of the movie business moving forward.
Most likely, yeah. It's interesting that Amazon's doing this, though, just expanding even further from what they already do.
Yeah, they already got, like I said, they got the Amazon Prime with the movies and the TV shows. They got Amazon Music. They got Amazon Games. They got all these different things, and they got the Amazon Fire TV, the Fire Stick, the Kindle, all these different devices. So
one step closer to taking over the world.
And then Disney buys Amazon, and they just control everything.
Sure,
Amazon.
Google will put up a fight.
Amazon shows up at the credits.
Oh, and don't forget, Amazon also owns Twitch, too, now.
Oh, that's true. Forgot about that one.
Alright, well, let's go into our final news story, and again, with digital distribution services, Powers is finally premiering on March 10th, only on PlayStation. And if you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber, which granted you should be, you will get the entire series for free.
Yeah. At first, when they announced this, I believe it was at E3, and it just was really a downer for the whole show.
Oh, yeah.
Came out of nowhere. It just killed the pacing of the show. But now that we're getting closer to it, I'm interested in checking it out, especially since it's something included with the PlayStation Plus subscription. I know they have the actor who was in District 9, if I'm not mistaken, and he was also in Elysium. I always forget his name. I know he has like a strange name. But yeah, he's going to be one of the leads on this show, so I'm looking forward to checking it out.
It looks really cool, too. They put out that trailer a little while ago, and it looks awesome. It's not shying away from violence, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, and it's cool because they get pull off more than, that they could do with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on TV or Gotham, or because, those are on network television.
Hmm.
This will be on this PlayStation service, so.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for our news of this week. I'm sure we missed a ton of stuff, but that's the way it goes. We try to stick to 6 news stories and only 6 news stories. Alright, so with that, let's dive into our been playing, been watching, and been reading section. So who wants to kick it off this week to tell the folks what they've been playing?
I will.
Okay.
I haven't been, well, I've pretty much only been playing one thing, and that's the Halo Master Chief Collection.
Hmm.
I've just been playing Halo 1 and Halo 2. I just finished Halo 2 the other day.
Hmm.
And,
Disappointed by the ending again?
10
No,
years
because
later,
I
still
can
pissed off.
I can just play Halo 3, so it's as much of a piss off this time around as it was that time.
Finish the
Yeah,
fight.
I think the best thing I heard in some podcast they were talking about was like, so did they add anything to Halo 2 for the ending? They're like, yeah, Halo 3's there.
That's pretty much it.
It's a
Alright,
good point.
continue.
This time I don't have to wait 4 years or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been it for me.
Cool. My list is pretty short this week as well. I haven't been playing a great deal. First and foremost, Infamous First Light, free on PlayStation Plus this month, so that was awesome, and it was another platinum trophy for me, so absolutely loved it. Gameplay, everything was just so good. Fetch was a great character to control in that world.
I think I'm going to really enjoy it because that was my favorite power
Hmm.
out of all the powers in Infamous. I never finished Second Son, but from what I played, that was my favorite power. So
And it's
I'm
even
going to try
better
to get
here.
back to it. I'm going to get back to Infamous Second Son, wrap that up, and then go into First Light.
Well worth playing. And the other thing I've been playing has been Pokemon Omega Ruby. Finished up the main story in the game last night, so moving on to the
Too
Delta
much water.
episode. I never saw the problem in that. Just use repels when you go into the water, for Christ's sakes.
Mm.
But yeah, finished up the main story in that last night, and I'm moving on to the Delta episode now. And they did a great job remastering that game. It's as good as it was back in the day.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Alright, so what about you, Izzy? What have you been playing?
So I got 3 games on my list. The first one is the game that always has to be on my list, and that is Mario Kart 8. Still playing that online. It's still freaking amazing. I can't wait till the new DLC packs come out.
Hmm.
That's going to be really cool. But yeah, that's still really fun. The second game is Super Mario Galaxy 2. I bought it off that sale. Even if I own it, I already own the disc on the Wii, but just for convenience sake and having it on the system,
Hmm.
I decided to pick it up. And I never finished Galaxy 2. I finished Galaxy 1. I loved it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. But Galaxy 2, for whatever reason, just came out at the wrong time. It was towards the end of the Wii life cycle, and there wasn't really, much buzz surrounding the Wii. And I don't know. I just never got around to finishing. So I restarted it, and I'm going through the game. My brother's actually playing with the second Wii remote, collecting all the star bits as we go along the levels. But yeah, it's still freaking amazing. The level design, the art direction. Of course, it's upscaled on the Wii U. Which was cool that we were getting these Wii games, but at the same time, I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get a Super Mario Galaxy HD collection,
Yeah.
which this kind of kills it for this.
Mhm.
I wonder if we'll get Super Mario Sunshine. Oh, I really want Super Mario Sunshine HD. But yeah, game's fantastic. And then the last game I've been playing is Uncharted Golden Abyss on the Vita.
Ooh.
I played this when the Vita came out, and I beat it a few months later, but I'm going back because this year I actually want to go through all the Uncharted games and platinum them
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going through and getting all the collectibles, which is kind of a pain in the ass because this game got collectibles out the ass. I'm following like a guide on the PlayStation Trophies site
Mm-hmm.
and playing through it on hard now. Get that trophy and then get all the collectibles and all that, and then I'll move it to Uncharted 1, then Uncharted 2, and Uncharted 3 sometime down the line before Uncharted 4 is released, which is cool because I found out Uncharted 2 and 3, it doesn't have like multiplayer out the ass trophies. Like there's just one for playing co-op and one for playing one multiplayer match. So I'm pretty sure I have those already if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did multiplayer right.
Yeah, which The Last of Us has ridiculous ones for multiplayer. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's it for me. Probably going to be playing Resident Evil HD later on tonight.
I'm probably
Because
going
I
to be
have
playing
that.
Citizens of Earth myself. I really want to pick that up.
Yeah, I got to give that game a shot. Check it out and see more footage on it because I haven't seen much on it.
Mm-hmm. Going back to when you mentioned Mario Galaxy 2, I picked that up myself as well, and then I learned that I needed a Wiimote for it.
Duh, 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 duh.
Uh,
Yeah, you do, which kind of sucks.
yeah. Oh well.
So I actually was going to, it happened to me too. Like I was going to play it on the gamepad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, nope, you need a fucking Wii controller.
I really hope that the Prime trilogy allows you to use the gamepad.
Oh no, I don't think it will because the whole the whole point of it was that you needed to use a Wiimote to point at the screen. So I don't know. I gotta check the back of the.
Yeah, just see which ones were
Hold
compatible.
on, let me check that real quick. You guys keep talking. Let me grab the case.
All right, well, let's dive into our been watching section then.
Sure.
For me, fairly simple. I watched The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and Part 2. They finally appeared on Netflix, so gave those a watch, and a great adaptation of the comic books. They did it extremely well.
Nice.
Yep, you're gonna need a Wiimote.
Fuck. So
Is
what,
it?
Punch-Out is the one that uses a gamepad?
Yeah. Yeah, because that one used a Wiimote sideways and a different controller, I believe.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh well, at least I can play Punch-Out this week.
It's a really good game. That's actually an underrated Wii game. It kind of came out and nobody gave a shit about it. But I played it, I bought it and got rid of it, and then I bought it recently again, which is funny because then they released it on the Wii U. But it's an underrated game. It was really fun.
Cool. Alright, so what have you guys been watching?
This last week, I don't think anything. There's like no TV this week.
Yeah, that's true. It all starts up this week.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta watch Gotham and Flash, then Arrow.
Well,
That's...
you haven't been around in a while. What have you watched since the last podcast that's been...
Oh, I finished True Detective. I don't know if I talked about that last time.
I don't think so.
Well, I finished it and really enjoyed it. What else have I watched? I haven't watched much. Haven't gone to any movies. I don't know. I know I'm looking around my room for... Did I watch anything?
Big Boss been watching The Watchmen. He's the one who watches. Who watches The Watchmen? The answer is Big Boss.
I'm the watcher on the wall. I watched the bunch of documentary things there leading up to the NHL Winter Classic. I've been watching lots and lots of hockey. That's pretty much it. Hockey and wrestling.
Always a good time.
Yeah.
Unless you're an Oilers or Toronto fan.
In which case, I don't like either team, so I'm perfect.
What about you, Izzy? Have you watched anything?
Yeah, I've been rewatching the first season of Tough Enough. It's up on the WWE. What the hell is that? WWE Network, which you could get for $9.99.
Unless you're one of us Canadians.
Yeah, when do you guys get it? Oh yeah, that's right. You have that deal with Rogers, right? The King of Sports.
Fuck themselves.
But yeah, they have the original season of Tough Enough that was on MTV back in 2001, which Maven and Nydia won. I haven't seen it since then, so it's kind of interesting going back and watching this, which I haven't seen in years.
Hmm.
And yeah, it just makes me think like, what the hell happened to Maven? And I just started like researching stuff and like seeing what happened and what happened in his career or whatever, because it was pretty cool. But yeah, enjoyable show. I know they did several other seasons. The last one I saw was the one that Stone Cold did, which was the last season they did at Tough Enough, which I don't know why they never did a second season, because I really enjoyed Austin as the host.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm almost done with it. I think I got 2 or 3 episodes left. And then besides that, just been watching wrestling. I got to catch up on Raw. I saw Sting showed up, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which I went to sleep early because I had an early shift at work today, so I didn't want to be tired as shit. So I saw about halfway through Raw, and then I was looking through Twitter, and I saw like a picture of Sting. I was like, oh, fuck. So I got it
Yeah.
on the DVR. I'm going to probably watch it right after we finish here. But yeah, just been really enjoying wrestling. Oh, I've been watching TNA, which
All
it
right.
came back. Now they're on a different network. They're no longer on Spike TV. They're on Destination America, which is a new channel.
Hmm.
And I'm digging their presentation. They brought back the, what is it, a six-sided ring?
They had done
Uh,
that a little while ago, though.
yeah, which I know they did right before they switched from Spike to Destination America when they were filming all those shows in New York.
Yeah.
And these first 2 shows are also in New York. And I like the look of them. It doesn't look like they're just trying to rip off WWE anymore.
That's
Like
good.
the crowd is, you know how when you watch Raw, like you could see everybody in the arena pretty much.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like this, it's really dark, so the focus is on the ring and what's going on the ring. Same thing with the commentary by Taz and Josh Matthew. There's not a lot of bullshit of you got to order this on the app and you go to this and this is how you download a fucking app. Like none of that.
Yeah.
Um, the promos are really short. They're not like 30 minutes like they are on Raw. Like it's more focusing on the in-ring action, which is cool, which is different. And I like the talent there. Like they got good talent. Like Lashley fucking surprised me because he was garbage in WWE, and he's actually a pretty good wrestler now, which
Mhm.
surprised me because he had that big push in WWE, but he was never really a good wrestler. But
Hmm.
from what I've seen and just the first week, he had a really good match with Bobby Roode. So I've been enjoying that. So definitely recommend it if you're trying to look for an alternative instead of WWE.
Actually, on that note of wrestling, I watched Ring of Honor,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
I watched last week's episode that aired on Saturday, and
Yeah.
Alberto Del Rio made his
Oh
arrival.
yeah, I heard
Oh.
he was gonna be in there.
Alberto El Patron, and yeah, he showed up, cut a promo with Jay Lethal, and then I think he's wrestling. He makes his actual in-ring debut this next on the next episode, and it's against
Mhm.
Christopher Daniels.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. I wish they showed it here locally at here in Florida. I don't
Uh,
think any channel like fucking carries it here, so
I just searched for Ring of Honor one night, or no, I didn't even search for it. I was just like flicking through Fox or whatever to see like if like there was UFC on.
Hmm.
And then I
yeah.
saw Ring of Honor listed, and I'm like, oh shit, I got to start watching this. So Ring of Honor is my WWE alternative.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think the only.
I've been meaning to check that out. It's just like I said, they don't carry it here. And I know the other thing is Lucha Underground,
Hmm.
which I haven't
Yeah,
had a chance to watch yet, which I know it's on El Rey Network. I haven't checked yet if I even have that in like my cable service, but
Yeah, I
I'm just
watched the
trying to
first
watch
episode of
more.
that.
Yeah.
I watched
How
the
was
first.
it?
It was good actually. Their production value is really nice.
okay.
Like all the backstage segments, they're shot kind of like a TV show or a movie, that kind of way. So it's really
Yeah,
cool. And I think Del Rio has signed with them as well.
yeah, because I think his contract with Ring of Honor. I think it's kind of like Matt Sydal and Evan Bourne, like same
Hmm.
guy. Um, like I don't think he's permanently with Ring of Honor, but he's doing some appearances,
Okay.
just like AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I've been meaning to watch that New Japan pay-per-view.
Yeah.
that they did. I haven't watched it. I want to watch it, but I know it's like 4 hours, and then
Jesus.
they had it like, and since it was live in Japan, it was like in the middle of the night, or technically middle of the morning, like 3 or 4 in the morning or whatever.
Yeah.
But I know it's up on, I believe, on demand on their website, if I'm not mistaken. So I definitely want to check that out. So I'm just branching off from WWE because WWE is what I grew up on, but I'm trying to check out other, alternatives.
Yeah, there is so much good talent too. Like just last year, I bought a bunch of Ring of Honor DVDs just to watch like the classic like Punk and his feud with Raven back
Yeah.
in 2003, and it's like holy crap, that's good. And all El Generico stuff before he was Sami Zayn and Bryan Danielson and Tyler Black as Seth Rollins. Like, no, they have some really good stuff in Ring of Honor, and it's like I wish there was a Ring of Honor network.
Yeah.
I would get that in a heartbeat.
Alright, so finally on our list we have our been reading section. Anybody been reading anything?
Nope.
I have been. I finished my book I was reading last time, Scott Ian from Anthrax, his autobiography.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very interesting read. I recommend that to anybody who's a fan of Anthrax or heavy metal in general. And now I got started on book 3 of Preacher.
Woo!
So far it's been dealing primarily with the past of the Saint of Killers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really enjoying it. So, yeah, that's what I've been reading.
As for myself, I read the first issues of Squirrel Girl and Ant-Man. Good reads, really funny, the both of them.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Are those like first issues, like the first introduction, or are they like a new series that they're doing?
New series for both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, Ant-Man does deal with Scott Lang, the same one we'll see in the movie this summer. Back from the dead somehow, not sure how that happened, but he's been back for a while apparently. But,
They always come back.
But it was a funny, really funny book, and same thing with Squirrel Girl. She encountered Kraven the Hunter, and that fight was really hilarious. So looking forward to seeing what they do with both of those books. Alright, so that leads us into our shameless self-promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Big Boss?
Well, as always, you can follow me on Twitter at @the_highwind32 and see my tweets about life that I don't tweet very much, I've noticed. I should try to tweet more. I should. I'm going to. That'll be my New Year's resolution, to tweet more. So follow me to help me keep up with my resolution at @the_highwind32.
Okay. Izzy?
Yeah, I don't have anything to promote because I took like a week off from YouTube, but I'll be posting something sometime this week. I'm not sure what. Maybe another top 3. Maybe a Vita collection, which I got a request to show my Vita collection, so I might do that. And you can check that out at youtube.com/IsraelPacheco89. And that's same thing for Twitter, same thing for Xbox Live, same thing for PSN. Pretty easy to find. So yeah, that's it for me.
Cool. For me, just the usual crap. I did bring back a couple of my series this past week, and those are Let's Experience. I did the game Eldritch. Really Lovecrafty and roguelike game. And Comic Shop Pickups brought those back, and I've started a Let's Play series on the Banner Saga. So.
Any bird sex?
It's coming this week. It's probably up by the time this episode goes out.
It's no time for bird sex.
I know you especially have been eagerly awaiting the next episode.
I look forward to that. I'm looking forward to when it comes out on the PS4. I'm going to pick that up. That's my new Ashes cricket.
What happened in that game?
Well, Ashes cricket got canceled.
Oh, it did get canceled.
And then Don Bradman Cricket came out and got good reviews.
Yeah.
It's like the best cricket game out there. And I'm like, there's other cricket games out there.
Just waiting for that sale, right?
Pretty much. If I can see it, if it goes under, like, I'll get it for $15 or so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to pay that. But like, $40 or 30? Nah, I can't justify that.
Who knows? Maybe it'll show up on PlayStation Now at some point.
Oh, hell yeah.
Alright, so that leads us into questions and comments. There were no questions and comments again.
You want me to ask a question or comment?
Actually,
God
I
damn
have
it.
a question for you this week.
Where's
Bob.
baby Patico?
Yes, a question for you this week.
Oh boy.
You missed out on the Best of 2014 show that we did.
Okay.
So, asking you right now, your top 3 games of 2014.
Oh, shit. I didn't play too many. So,
Ground Zeroes.
well, you know, I have a very strong bias towards Metal Gear, so that's one of them. Well, it would be. But you know what? Like, and this is where I'm going to cheat. And I'm going to say my number 1 game of the year is GTA 5 Remastered. Because I played it again and I loved it again.
Good enough.
But the game that really surprised me that when they were talking about it, I just kind of said, oh, that's neat, but I didn't think much of it until I bought it, was Shadow of Mordor.
I still need to play that.
Yeah, like, I saw the trailers, I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And then I just picked it up on a whim because I had nothing else to play at the time. And holy crap, like, that game really surprised me. So, that's definitely at the top of my list.
Nice.
And other than that, probably Infamous.
A good choice.
Yeah. I'll just say the 2 flops of the year.
I wonder
Destiny.
what to.
Destiny.
Destiny.
And Watch Dogs.
Oh, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm not going to call it a flop, but I'm going to call it a game I've yet to be able to get into, and that's WWE 2K15. I keep trying and I keep sucking, and I'm just like, I don't even enjoy this.
I need to get back to that, actually.
Same here. I played a couple of the matches from the Punk versus Cena storyline, and that's about it. I didn't do much else.
I made my superstar, and I tried the NXT debut thing, and I thought I was getting the hang of it, you know, with my match, like, where Phil DeMott's your ref against whoever the no-name guy is.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh yeah, now you're going to work with Sami Zayn, and I get my ass kicked. And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. And like, I can't move and everything. I'm like, it's such a slow pace. I don't really enjoy it, to be perfectly honest.
No, I definitely had a hard learning curve.
So I know, I'm torn. Like, part of me just wants to say fuck it and chuck it and be like, hey, I got my Hogan figure and autograph and all that stuff in the collector's edition. But on the other hand, I feel like I should maybe keep at it a little bit here and there and hope that eventually something clicks.
Yeah. One other question for you relating to this. The other one we had to answer. The 3 games you're most excited for in 2015, or 3 of the games you're most excited for.
Oh, what's coming out this year?
Metal Gear?
Phantom Pain is number 1.
Yeah.
What else is coming out? Like WWE 2K16, NHL 16, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed. In all seriousness, though, yeah, for sure, Phantom Pain. Then, I don't know.
Well, here is a quick list that you can run down through.
Okay. I know I haven't been keeping up with stuff, as you can see. Okay. Pokemans. Okay, SpongeBob Hero Pass. I'm just looking for something that jumps out at me. Oh, Don Bradman Cricket on PS4 and Xbox One.
Oh, hell yeah.
Is that actually there?
Cross buy, cross play, whatever.
February to be announced. first one there, Don Bradman.
Oh my god, it is too!
Over Metal Gear. Game of the Year. I'm interested in Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. I haven't pre-ordered it or anything, but it definitely has my attention.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe The Witcher. And then, oh boy, unscheduled releases.
The Witcher.
Uncharted.
The Witcher looks really good.
Oh, Uncharted's coming out this year. Okay, there we go.
Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah, Xbox One. I could get that right away. Yeah, for sure, definitely Uncharted.
Halo 5.
Yeah, Uncharted, Halo 5, Metal Gear, I'd say. Oh, and Star Wars Battlefront.
Yep. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that one too.
I just saw it there. I'm like, oh hell yeah.
I don't think it's coming out this year. That's why I keep forgetting about it.
We'll get more concept footage at E3.
Yeah, then maybe the division if that comes around.
I've lost.
If it works.
I've lost a lot of interest in that just because of Ubisoft's year in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still interested, but I like to be optimist. Oh, no, my number one game of the year is Final Fantasy VII PS4.
Oh, man. They trolled everybody with that one.
And yet I'll still buy it.
Yep. Yeah, lots of good games that probably isn't even announced yet coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so with that, that's going to do it for yet another CanUK podcast. Next episode is episode 69, so that should be interesting.
Ooh. Dead or Alive, this special edition.
Play the Val Venus music. Hello, ladies.
Alright, well, Big Boss, why don't you take us away?
All right. Thank you, boys and girls, for tuning into this week's episode of the CanUK podcast. We've had a lot of fun recording this for you, talking about all the various news stories we've had, the Nintendo news, and then our other not-so-Nintendo news. I've been Big Boss, and with you, as always, is your host, Lord X, and Israel Pacheco, 89.
Yeah.
I remember the number. So, leave your questions and comments for a chance to win a game and stuff, and until next time, you stay classy.
Goodbye.